My name is Mary and I'm a landscape architect working for Botanical Garden. My role was really to be a landscaper in between architects, so I think it was quite interesting to have this mix of opinion or ideas, interest.
My name is Induja and I'm here since 2016. I came as an architecture intern and I joined Livelihood because my interest was most towards town planning and not architecture as a core. I worked there for 3 years on different projects, learned a lot, and then last year I made a move and I'm now working in Sunlit Future. I'm a participant architect, so I team up with Tejaswini. We work together since beginning.
I'm Fabian. I'm an architect. I live here since around 25 years. And I've been part of this Dreamweaving process as an architect.
I'm Shailaja and I came to Auroville almost 23 years ago. So I have been, studying the galaxy plan for years. I have taken so much inspiration from there for my small projects, which I have done here. This is the right place, right time, and right platform to bring out what I feel is the beauty and the flexibility offered by this galaxy plan.
I'm Ganesh, I'm an architect. I've been in Auroville, since long. So I was one of the architectural participants.
Yeah, it was quite unexpected because we came and we started presenting. I thought we'll be more talking, but we started working and presenting. And I think that is the key to bringing out anything relevant on a table. What we did here was we came here, we put out what we really saw was a possibility of, the existing scenario in Auroville, the existing realities in Auroville, how to, relate the galaxy plan to those realities.
We were not as hopeful when we started as we are now because there were a lot of questions, doubtful and all these things. But then we went on because every step of it, every coming together, every meeting that we had with each other, all the discussions gave us a little bit of spark to move forward. The experience a human has got through this process, the opportunities that it gave through this process is never going to be taken away from me. I mean, as so same for whomever has participated. That I felt is very much needed for us, and it will reflect somewhere in the progress of Auroville.
It was a long process, very dense process with a lot of movement toward other people and then inwards. I learned a lot. And I go back to a lot of important things. I read again what Roger Anger envisioned for the galaxy. I read again the chart of Auroville. So it was quite good for me as a Aurovillian also to reconnect with the core of my existence in Auroville. There was a lot of joy also in creating and inventing a possible future which is not only imposed on us, but that we can create ourselves.
When we started it, we kind of knew where we were going. But during the process, I realized probably we got too involved, basically. Yeah? And then it becomes very intense, and you can't let it go, and you have to keep going. And that's where we found ourselves. Yeah? It's like each question you ask, you get some answers, but then you have other questions which you need to resolve. And until you do it, you can't sleep. So yeah, we're glad it's over actually. For now at least, part 1 is over, let's say.
Overall, given the task, I think it was really greatly organized. I hope it can serve as a blueprint for other planning processes that we have to do in the community, not only related to architecture, but about general aspects of planning.
Before I started, I wasn't aware of the beauty that places like Darkali have to offer. And also so many things about the galaxy plan, which just somehow popped up while working and while listening to each other, about how cohesive it is, and yet how we can, take out various ways of slowly bringing that cohesivity. How a part and a whole relate to each other and how they need to relate to each other. how reality and vision both exist and coexist at the same time, and how we have to find paths that kind of bring them together and not isolate one from the other. So these are what I have learned.
I was really positively surprised how every individual or team was really dealing very sincerely, very dedicatedly, and very sensitively with the context. So everybody really looked at how can the work that we do in that moment, how can it help us to bring us ahead as a community? Looking at context, looking at water, at green, at community. So that was really a positive experience. Then also the spirit of listening to each other, working together, appreciating each other's views. So I think that was a great experience in teamwork.
I think a sense of a creation of a group at the beginning, because we are individuals that we know each other, but to be part of a group was a bit missing at the beginning, and much more informal meetings without other people, without other authority, or that was for me a bit missing.
It was not like a planned process, because usually these kind of processes are time tested and have their own organization and everything. But we really went with the flow, and the team kept us telling that it is going to unfold. We also don't know. That in that way, if we consider it that, then it flowed pretty well. So yeah, I think that would be great to define this a bit more and to take it forward.
There was also an unclarity of who really is the client body. So I understood the community of Auroville as the client body, but the role of the TDC wasn't clear. The role of Vastushilpa is, given the circumstances, was also not yet clear, but it was great that they have been there.
I feel we should not start with presentations. We should come together and, sometimes we don't always have to draw out to be able to speak our ideas. Because sometimes drawing too fast also kind of doesn't let the idea come through. So I think the initial 1 or 2 meetings should be only at an idea level. And yes, if we have 1 or 2 sketches, why not? But mostly discussions. And then maybe third and the fourth time there could be presentations. This time we had 4 presentations. I think there should be just 1 or 2.
We really foster our awareness of how precious Auroville is in terms of vision, people, the diversity of the many people, the nature, but also the awareness of the uniqueness and the fragility of it. That we really work on that and take that as a step, as a core, and from there grow as a community, and as a growing community set all these things in motions which will help us addressing all these questions which have come up.
I see it as a beginning. It's in fact now is when you start. We've just warmed up almost, yeah. And what this has given us is ideas or insights into what the next step should be. It's not like somebody is saying you should do this. It's like the process almost drives you automatically that obviously you have to do that.
To be sure that the VSF will have a contract to do the DEP.
We as a community should be doing is that when VSF takes over the work of master planning, and we should involve with them, and at every stage we should be present and relevant and very proper with what inputs we want to give, so that at every stage what they have to offer with their expertise is very relevant to the context here, because we're a spiritual society. We shouldn't forget that. We cannot let a mechanical understanding of planning take over what is spiritually, organically progressive over here.